What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics. Today, we are going to be talking about a distinction that I believe needs to be made whenever it comes to stories. And that is the distinction between a hero and a protagonist. Because I do not believe that they are necessarily the same. There are times whenever they can be the same, but there's also times whenever it's not. Like in my books of the Red Sky series. Now, as I have mentioned previously, the Red Sky series follows a pirate captain and his crew as they pretty much try to become the most notorious pirates that they can be, while sailing the seven seas, fighting against magical beings, and also trying to stay one step ahead of the English Navy. Now, during all this time, the pirate captain is also trying to win the heart of the daughter of a commodore. Now, as you can probably guess from that description, the protagonist of this story is Captain Riggs and his crew. They are pirates. Pirates are not heroes. Pirates are criminals. And criminals are not heroes. So, whenever they are going out, they're raiding, pillaging, destroying ships, fighting against the law of the Navy, they are not being heroes. But you are following them because they're the protagonists. And while they may be a bit more mellow than other pirates that would be sailing the seas around the 1700s, they are still criminals. And I do not see that as being a hero. But I still decided to make them the protagonists of the story. They are the ones that I enjoy writing the most. I love writing pirates, but I will never say that they are a hero. So, this distinction between hero and protagonist, it can sort of be summed up as the protagonist can be a hero, but the hero is not always the protagonist. So, if you take a story and you make the audience follow a band of criminals, like what I've done in the Red Sky series, you have them following the protagonist. But the protagonist does not have to be heroic. The protagonist can even be an outright villain. And that's actually a story idea that I have set up later on down the line. But if you have a hero, then that person is usually expected to look out for the common good. They're usually meant to obey the laws. You usually think of someone who, like Captain America, the Avengers, police officers, the army, that sort of stuff. In my books, you would think that the English Navy would be the heroes. But in my story, they're the antagonists. So that is a distinction that I think a lot of people should be aware of, because you don't need to have the hero be the protagonist, but you can have the protagonist be anything you want, as long as it's written well. You can have the villains be the protagonists. You can have the audience follow the villains. But whenever it comes to combining both of those together like they're an interchangeable term, I completely disagree with that. They may be the heroes of their own story, but even in that sort of term, in my story, Captain Riggs and his crew know that they're pirates. They know that they're committing all sorts of egregious acts. They know that they're not heroes. But there may be some times whenever they need to step up and stop a magical being from destroying the world, but they know that they're not heroes. And they just want to be the best pirates that they can be. They don't want recognition for heroism. And there's some protagonists who really don't have any need or want for recognition. They just want to do it because they want to do it. So that's just something to keep in mind whenever it comes to those two terms. For me personally, I would like to keep them separate because they're not always interchangeable. And that's something that I will be covering whenever I get down to going step by step of how I put together a story and creating characters. Those are tutorials that will come down the line, but it is something that I will revisit later on, so it's more concrete. So, what do you guys think about those two terms? Do you sort of hold the same thoughts as what I do, or do you think that they are actually interchangeable? Let me know down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you would also please subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow and get more valuable tutorials and lessons out to people who want to put out writing, art, and comics. Then the more people that are subscribed, the bigger our reach is going to be. So, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace out.